Hi everybody, this is Dwayne Melancon from Genuine Curiosity, and welcome to my first ever video book review. To start things off with video, I've chosen Cliff Atkinson's book, The Backchannel. And The Backchannel, if you're not familiar with it, is all about how to integrate Twitter and social media into your presentations. Now, first some background on Cliff so you'll understand where he's coming from. I've reviewed his book Beyond Bullet Points here before, and it's focused on integrating stories and pictures into your presentation to make them more impactful, more meaningful, more memorable to your audience. I think Cliff has completely transformed the way that I do presentations, the way that I plan them, and I think it'll change yours too. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. The Backchannel, as I mentioned, is all about how to integrate Twitter into your presentations. Now there's some great stories in here. So Guy Kawasaki, who you might be familiar with from Twitter, has had some run-ins. And one of the run-ins is covered in this book. And at South by Southwest, one of the audience members made a comment on Twitter that he responded to and created some awkward tension. Now the book goes on to describe how he turned it into an opportunity for further audience engagement, which is really what this is all about. When you're presenting, a lot of times you stand up in front of a group and you go through kind of a basic presentation, you say all the things you want to say, and it's a hurry just to get through it. Now recently I tried out a technique similar to this, not using Twitter, but using more audience interaction, where I stepped into a group, didn't know what was going to happen, asked people for random topics, and then was basically on the spot to be able to respond to each one of those. Now, I didn't know where it was going to go. It turned out great because the audience was involved. You know, and there were certain questions where I didn't feel like I had the best answer, but I was able to ask them on the spot. Is this making sense? How's this connecting? Is there parts of this that you don't understand or that I could make clearer? And the presentation ended up being very well received, very successful because of that interaction. Now Cliff will provide you with a framework and tools to be able to take advantage of the interactivity that social media and Twitter brings. Another thing that I found very helpful in Cliff's book is he takes you through a process of using Twitter-like messages to develop your presentation. And what that helps with is clarity, brevity, and actually making sure that your message is crisp and you stay on message throughout this. And he takes you through the process not only of establishing what that message would be, but in creating your slides based on that message and incorporating a lot of the techniques that I'm familiar with from his work in Beyond Bullet Points. If you're a presenter and you're ready to take things to the next level and integrate Twitter into your presentations and take advantage of some of the audience interaction, I really recommend that you pick up a copy of Cliff's book, The Backchannel. Now the subtitle of this book is How Audiences Are Using Twitter and Social Media and Changing Presentations Forever. And I think the key thing to remember there is that audiences are using this technology, whether you embrace it or not. So why not get ahead of the curve? Why not test it out? Figure out if there are some things that you can do to make your presentations more powerful by using some of the techniques that Cliff brings forward. And if you're not ready to go there and you haven't read Cliff's book Beyond Bullet Points, I highly recommend you do. I think it'll change the way you present forever. So in summary, The Backchannel should come to the front of the line for you. Backchannel by Cliff Atkinson. Thanks a lot, and I'd love your feedback on whether you like this format for book reviews or not.